This conference will now be recorded.
So when I say pattern, we have a rigid set of patterns. The pattern will be only from here. The first one is all about square pattern, like printing in a square. So this is one format. The other format is like printing a hollow square. So not the entire square, the square with spaces inside. This is one type. The other type is printing diagonal value along with it. So diagonal of it will be printed. So either single diagonal or both the diagonals will be printed. So these are the different way for asking your square pattern, guys. So right, as of now, I'm just filling with values like stars. So in case in your programming, they may ask with some values like 1, 2, 3, or they may ask for some logic. So logic is the second part. First, you should know how to construct this pattern. So already since we have discussed a lot in case of square pattern, let me move on to the triangle pattern. So I believe everyone knows about square pattern. So whenever we have a rows and count equal, we are going to make use of two loops. One is row loop and a column loop. Here these loop is going to execute given number times. So since we have n number of rows and n number of columns. Now we'll move on to the triangle pattern. So when we speak about triangle, we have certain set of triangle pattern. Okay, so let us see what are those. So if at all our n value is 5, so we'll just consider a generic value, our n value is 5. What are the different way of pattern will be asked? The first pattern is, so like star, 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 star. Okay, so you can notice that a 5 block is filled with stars, and so this is all about a normal triangle. So this is one way of pattern, guys. Just a minute. This is a one way of pattern they may ask. Okay, this is a left angle. The same way they may ask you for a right angle triangle also. So here you can notice that a block is like this, the square is like this. But what happened? In the square, we are filling only the triangle. So only triangle cells are filled, the remaining cells are not filled. Okay, this is all about it. Now, when you go ahead with the pattern, the other format, let me have a copy paste of it. Another is one is left angle and other is right angle, right? So here the other pattern will be like, just a minute guys, let me remove the square. The square is giving us trouble. Let me remove no border. Okay. So the other pattern will be like, so this is the other pattern guys. This is one way this is one way of pattern, and this is the other way where the triangle will be left angle or it could be in a right angle triangle. Okay, it can be of any way. This is one way. The other way is, the reason is, first you should know what are the different type of skeleton they may ask. If you are clear with the skeleton, the remaining part can be done easily, guys. You should know how to construct the skeleton first. Okay, so these are the two way. The other way is, you'll be having inverted triangle. So we'll work on each and everything. Okay, no worries. So again, this border is creating a trouble. Let me just remove this border. So other way might be inverted triangle, the inversion of it. The same triangle, when it is shown in the inverted manner, it will be like this. So if it is of this one board, I'll draw it soon. Since you are supposed to type it each and every time, it is very hard, guys. Okay, it's taking much time here. So you may get either one of the patterns. So when they say pattern, you'll be getting like this upward, right angle, upward, downward, all those things you'll be getting. Okay, you should know first how to construct this structure. So these are the 4 possible ways. Apart from this, we have a normal triangle also. This is a right angle triangle, left angle triangle, and invert of it. And apart from this, we do have a normal triangle like having 1 star and followed by 3 stars. Okay, and followed by 5 stars. It goes on like this. The construction goes on like this. It will be like this. When your n value is 4, I wrote only for 4 guys, this value is not 5, 5. So I'm going to have only 4 rows here. When my n value is 4, you may have like this, the data is in a 4 rows. Like this is also a normal triangle. So the same triangle can be mentioned as 1 star and followed by 2 star, 2 star. Okay, and followed by we'll be having 3 star. Okay, 4 star and so on. This is for your n value 3. So you may have a triangle like this also. So when I say triangle pattern, I will have like this or inverted triangle. It may have followed under any one of the thing. So this is all about upward triangle. The same triangle can be inverse of it. So these are the different possible ways, guys. First, I'm giving you the structure of it. When we speak about pattern, these are the possible way for asking the question. So I didn't speak about the logic. I'm speaking about the structure of it. Okay, first we should know how to construct the structure, then only can just fill with the logic. Now we'll go on with one by one. First we'll start with this triangle, guys. So I want you people to write a logic for this particular triangle. Start doing program for it, a pattern program for printing this particular triangle. So I don't want any values to be filled. As of now, fill star in it, that is sufficient for me. Okay, I want this to be filled. Hardly you can take 5 minutes, not more than that. So if you are being little faster, we can discuss all the pattern by today itself. Yeah, you can. You can make use of any language, whatever you're convenient with it. Okay, I want the program to be done. That's it.
This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, listen here, guys. We'll start doing here. As usual, the first one is all about header, the skeleton of it. So let me mention stdio.h and followed by it, let me have a main and followed by return 0. And here I'm going to accept a number. Okay, and here what is the term mention is I'll mention by using scanf %d comma ampersand of number. Here what is that you're supposed to do is we are supposed to print a pattern in rows and columns. So let me have a 2 element, one is for your row and other is for your column. So let me declare these 2 person as rows and column directly. So let me mention int row, okay, and followed by int column. Okay, so let me have an iteration. So for your row value starts, how many value I'm having? So I can start my row from 1 or 0. It's completely up to me. Okay, so it's not, there is no rule that you should start from 0 as you do an array. You can just start with any value and followed by row less than or equals to number. So be cautious about it. If at all you're going to start with 1, less than or equal to, if at all you're starting with 0, less than, and followed by your row plus plus. So how many rows? 5 rows, right? 1 to 5 rows. This is done. And followed by your columns. How many columns are there? So for here I have 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. Somehow I'm going to have 5 columns here. So let me mention for column assign 1 and column less than or equals to number of times and column plus plus. And followed by it inside this one. Okay. Here one more important condition here, guys. Here directly we can't able to mention number less than or equals to n. The reason is we have n columns, but this n column is we are not having like a square pattern. Something is varying, so we should just concentrate at this particular point. For the first row, how many columns we have? 1 column, right? For the second row, 2 columns. For the third row, 3 columns. For the fourth row, to the maximum, I have 4 columns. For the fifth row, 5 columns. So how many columns I have? I have row times of columns. First row 1 column, second row 2 column, third row 3 column, fourth row 4 columns. Your column is dependent on your row count. So that is the reason you can start your column with 1 and you can just mention column less than or equals to row and followed by column plus plus. Here what did I told you? I told you to print just star alone, right? So let us print a percent, so no percentage, just star. This is printed. Okay, followed by it. I'm just coming out of it. I want, after printing one line, I want a line break. So I can either give line break after this line or I can just mention the line break here, guys. Printf/n. So whenever I go up for the next row, I'll just make a line break. Then I'll go with the further process. So our process is done. So let me command this line and let me execute and show you what's happening. So here there's a typo error, guys. Just a minute, let me modify it. I'll show you the output window. So I'll share the entire screen. That could be best, right? Each and every time it is not required for me to switch here and there. Okay. So if I give like 5, so we know that this particular triangle is formed. So this is what our expectation is, right? So it is the required output has been displayed. This is your first pattern, guys. So during this, you are supposed to concentrate on 2 things. One is all about line break, and second statement is all about how many times your column should be executed. Our column is of your row count. This one is an important step you are supposed to consider about it. So we are done with the first question. You can just move on to the next question. Our second question. So what is our second question? Something different from the existing one. So if the pattern is asked like this, then what is the output? Okay, just let me know. Make it faster. The same triangle, but what they didn't follow the same structure. Here it is something different, right? So they are leaving some spaces, then followed by they are printing the star there. So we should know how to leave the spaces and then how to print the star there. Make it faster. If you are clear with the structure itself, that is fine. Our program is half done, guys. More or less, they'll be concentrating on structure. And after this, they'll be concentrating on the logic inside. They'll put some logic like displaying prime numbers alone or displaying a numbers like in a even number sequence or odd number sequence. They may go like this. So as of now, we can work in the general way. Then you can go with a specific one. Make it faster this order. You can make use of the previous program skeleton You can just do the changes alone, what is required for this particular output.
This conference will now be recorded.
As I said here, we are supposed to concentrate on spaces. So look at here 4, 3, 2, 1, and this sequence is all about 5 minus 1, 5 minus 2, I told you, right? So this 1, 2, 3 is all about, you can notice that the parallelly we have a row values here, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can just mention here n minus row is the value you are supposed to do here for spaces. Okay, you're supposed to do this one. Just give me a minute. Let me go back to the editor. I'll copy this one, guys. It will be easy for us to write a code. Meanwhile, if you people have a doubt, let me show there. It is not required to shift each and every time. So let me go back to the program window. Okay. So here I'll add a new program. So instead of modifying the existing program, let me add a new file. Let me save this one. Okay. Pattern2.c. So here I'll make use of the same skeleton, guys. Okay, I'm going to make use of the same skeleton so that it saves our time. So the same previous program skeleton. What is it I told you? I'm going to add one more loop for spaces. Okay. So just a minute, Varsha. Let me complete this one. I'll see your code. Okay. So I'm going to have a one more loop and I'm going to name him as space. So when is it this phase? So this structure is common, right? So this structure is literally common. I have a triangle. So first row 1, second row 2, third row 3, and so on. This is how it is going to go. So structure is common, but the alignment is varying. So for this alignment, once I enter into a row, I should concentrate on the spaces, right? So now let me mention here for spaces, I'm going to mention one for loop space, and I'm going to write a condition for it. And this for loop is the one who is going to concentrate on spaces. So the remaining structure is going to be a common one. So spaces, how many spaces are there? So here spaces, I'm going to make it start from number. Okay, and this space is going to execute till space less than. So here if you start with the higher value, you can just mention here it is all about decrementing. So what is it I told you? Your space is less than your number minus. Okay, so until your space is less than your number minus your row value. So now look at here. First your your row value could be 1, right? And what is your number value here? The number value is taken as 5. So here I'll check 5 less than 5 minus 5 minus 1. Okay, so here our condition is true. 5, sorry guys, something we wrote wrong. So 5 greater than, right? So 5 is greater than 5 minus 1, it is 4. So we made something mistake here. It is not greater than, just a minute. It should be still 0, right? Four spaces. Sorry guys, I made a mistake here. Space greater than or equals to 1. So what happened? So starting from 5, each and every time I'm going to decrement it. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so this is going to happen. So here the starting point will be like number minus row. So starting from 5, so right now what happened? So starting from 4 till 1, 4 times. When I'm coming for a second time, so now number will be 5, 5 minus, guys you are with me? So I made a few changes here. Starting point is like 5 minus 1, 4 times. Second time when it coming 5 minus 2, 3 to 1 times. So 3 times. This is how you're going to go. You can just make it like forward iteration, also backward iteration. Here I made a backward iteration. So now I made as a number minus row as a starting point. The same program can be written in a multiple way, guys. Okay, then followed by it, what is I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to make a spaces here in between. And the remaining structure I'm not going to disturb at all. The remaining structure is going to be as such. So only thing is I'm going to have a spaces starting from row minus n given number minus row spaces till 1. I'm going to go ahead with it. Guys, this structure may vary if you're starting with 0. Okay, since I started with 1, this is the structure. So now let us execute it. Let me close the previous window. It is still alive, so it will not be executed. So just a minute. So it is executed. Let's give 5. So we got the required output. So here 4, 3, 2, 1, no space. We got the triangle whatever it is required here. Fine. The skeleton is same, just adding one loop to the existing program. One loop to the previous program, we got the other structure here. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next structure, guys, but make it little faster. Okay, we are going very slow, make it little faster. So try this one, inverted triangle. So literally same, but what happened? The inverted way. So in the first row, I have 4 columns. Okay. In second row, I have, okay. So 4 columns, sorry, 5 columns. The reverse order is printing. 4 columns, 3 columns, 2 columns, and 1 column. Now think to it and how it can be modified. The column printing is varying. So previously it is different and now it is different. Make it faster. Along with the previous program, a small changes is alone has to be done, guys. There is no big changes in it. The number of times column iteration is getting varied. Make it faster. Good, Srileka, good. Who's that? 460, good. Your code is right. Good, you're right. Make it faster. So meanwhile, let me write a skeleton of it so that I can save some time. Small changes in this program will lead to the result, guys. If people are thinking a lot, it is very simple. The required structure is like 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1 time. Okay. So either you can go from 1 to 5 or 5 to 4. Literally both are same, right? We are having 10 step, climbing from 1 to 10 step and coming from 10 to 1 step. Literally you have climbed that like 10 steps. Any order is fine. So if you change the order, you'll be getting the exact output. Varsha. Yeah, fine, Varsha. Fine, good, good. Okay, listen, guys. Listen, we'll just move on. So what I'll do is I'm going to make a small changes. I'm going to start with number till 1. For each and every step, I'm going to decrement it. Okay, here I'll start with 1. I'll go till row. So first time from 1 to row. Row will be first with a 5. So 5 times. Second time your row will be decremented. It will be of 4. 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1 time. So this is how it is going to go step by step. Okay, now let us give the value 5. So why we don't print it? So just a minute. Should be greater than, right? So we didn't change this condition. We changed the remaining part. We didn't change this condition. That is the reason it never entered inside the loop. Okay, fine. We got the output. This is what is required. The inverted triangle. This one inverted is printed. So now we'll go over to the other pattern. So so far we got the 3 patterns. So now this one, guys. The same along with the spaces. But what is required here? So first no space, the reverse of the previous one. No space, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space. Think to it. For 0 spaces, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, and 4 spaces. Literally the same program. If you modify a little, you'll be getting the other program, guys. There is only small modification in the existing pattern. It will lead to the other pattern. So I didn't increase the complexity at all. We are seeing with the basics level of program only. So if you're clear with these concepts, which makes you understand, can do all the programs, guys. The basic skeleton has to be clear for everyone. That's the reason I'm just doing the program very slow. So do little changes in this program, which may lead to do the other program. Here what is that you're supposed to do? We are supposed to add a spaces along with the existing pattern. So first spaces has to be given, right? So think to it, what is it you're supposed to do at the spaces, and how the space calculation has to be done. Make it faster. Make it fast. Okay, post the answers. Okay. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Good. Good, Monica. Good. Make it faster, guys. Shall we do it? So hardly few people have responded. Yes, Tileka, good, good. You're right, you're right. Okay, guys, fine. Listen here, we can discuss this one. Okay, so what I say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the sequence, right? So you're supposed to know about it. So let me go here. So this program, just a minute. So here we are going to add this particular space, the same scenario. But one thing is varying. Here we are going to take a value in this particular reverse order. Okay, if I substitute the spaces, whatever you mentioned there, what is happening? Here, number minus row. What is number? 5. 5 minus row is, right now your row value is 5. So first time 0 spaces. Second time 5 minus 4, 1 space. The same logic, right? Just literally I have copied the code, whatever I did for previous program, I pasted here. That's it. The remaining skeleton I didn't touch at all, guys. Okay, you should know this calculation part, how to bring it. That is sufficient. Okay, let me execute it. So just a minute. So I don't know what's happening. So we didn't declare space. We'll declare space, guys. Okay, we included this particular element called space. We didn't declare it. So you can notice that first 0 space, then followed by 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, and 4 spaces. Okay. So literally we got the pattern whatever you are looking for. So and next. So this is done. I believe everyone is clear with it. And next we'll move on to the other one. Okay. So first you can just work on this, guys. So I'll do one thing. You can just try these patterns. You can take this as a task. You can work on these patterns. By tomorrow, we'll discuss these patterns. Right now, shall we start with SQL commands? Shall we start with SQL commands? Till this audio clear? So that this triangle pattern, can you take it as a task? So now you got some idea, right? How to work on the patterns. So how to trace it and how to allocate the spaces for it and where to print a star. So based on this, you're supposed to just look at here. Whenever you're going for a pattern, have a habit of drawing like this. A triangle, square boxes. So what happens? It will give you the idea at which row and at which column what is printed. If you can understand at this particular row number 1, this is 1 star is printed. Okay, you can able to calculate the logic easily. That is the reason we are just putting the table and showing you. Okay, if at all you're clear with the table, then everything will be fine, guys. Okay, done. Now we'll move on to SQL commands. So let me close this one. So we'll just go ahead to the SQL commands. So you'll be asked questions from SQL also. So what is SQL, guys? What is SQL? Structured query language. Okay, fine. So what is that used to for? What is the use of it? Okay, it is used for retrieving the data. Literally, it is used for storing the data and retrieving the data. Okay, it is a storage space where the area where you're going to store the data and you're going to retrieve the data and you're going to do some manipulation in it. So why should I go for database? Database is the one which structures. So that is here we can't able to take whiteboard, right? Yes, fine. Okay, leave it, guys. So database is the one which has a, so let me take a paint and explain you what to say. First SQL, what is the purpose of it, you should know. If someone is asking, you should know what is SQL to explain. Okay, so let me tell you what is this. So here, when I say databases, So it is like normally you people might have came across a container like this. So wherever you say database, they will be drawing a container like this. Okay. So what is this? So we should understand this one. So here the database is the one. So we'll be using DB. This is the one where you are going to store the data and you're going to retrieve the data where the manipulation is very easy in it. So in early days also we have a database like phone contacts or like data are stored in papers and pen. They had done it, and later on we are saving in an electronic manner. We came across this particular storage areas which is electronically done. Okay, so if you want to access this database, it cannot be done directly. We need some database management system. Okay, so which is known as DBMS, database management system, which is the one which is required for managing this database. Okay, so database is a place we are going to store the data, but if you want to manage the data, we need DBMS. So when I say DBMS, this particular DBMS can be managed by using different types of DBMS. So it is like MySQL, Oracle, Sybase, DB2. We have different type of database system. This particular database system. So in this database system, it has been classified into two types. One is this database system is following RDBMS. So it comes under RDBMS, which is Relational Database Management System. So another is NoSQL. Okay, or you can name it as a MongoDB, which is a simple one. So these are the two categories. So RDBMS is a one, so which takes SQL as a language. So what is this? How does SQL has came? Database, if you want to manage it, I need a database management system. If you want to make a database management system, it has been classified into two types. One way is making use of SQL as a language. You can just, we have few list of database management system like Oracle, MySQL. Okay, I told you list of databases, right? These things comes under SQL, which takes SQL as a language to develop to interact with the database. The other type is NoSQL. We never use the tabular format. So what is this SQL? Whenever you're going to, whatever the language, so let me mention it here each and every time. I'm supposed to say here. So Oracle, MySQL. Okay. So all those things, these come under SQL. When I say SQL, the tables, the data in the particular databases are saved in a tabular format. So the data are stored in a tabular format and retrieved from the particular table. So whatever the databases, database management system, which follows SQL as a language, the data are stored in a tabular format. So we have one more type also, which is NoSQL, where the data are not stored in a tabular format, literally like MongoDB, Excel, this one, XML. All those things comes under MongoDB, XML, all those things comes under NoSQL, where the data are not stored in a tabular format. So this database management system main classification is two types. One is SQL and other is NoSQL. SQL in the sense where the data are stored in a tabular format. When I say NoSQL, data are not stored in a tabular format, and this SQL is a language which is used to implemented in this particular database management system. So since you are going to write this particular database management system by using table, these are known as relational database management system. So the name of this relation is the table. Okay, the data are going to be stored in a table. R is for relation, RELATION, relation. Relation means table. The data are stored in a tabular format. So right now we are going to see about this particular SQL commands. So I told you this SQL is a language, right? So for this language, we have a basic commands. So we should know about it. By using this commands only, we are going to store the data in this particular database where you're going to interact with the database. So now let us go ahead further. We'll see what are the SQL commands available. So this was the story about this databases, guys. So database is the one which is we are going to store the data. So let me write neatly. Store data, and under this database, if we have database management system. So database management system which is used for managing the database. Directly we are not allowed to interact with the database. Okay, So under this management system, it has been classified into two types. So one comes under SQL and other comes under NoSQL. So under SQL, we'll be learning about. So under SQL, we'll be having certain database management system like Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, DB2. We have a lot of elements like this, guys. So under NoSQL, we'll be learning about XML document, your JSON files. Okay, apart from this, we do have MongoDB. So which is a famous one right now, right? So these things are there. These comes under NoSQL. So this SQL, this is also known as RDBMS. So when I say DBMS is all about database management system. RDBMS is a relational database management system where your R represents a relation. So which relation in this is table. Okay, this is all about it. So when I say SQL command, it has been classified into few types. You're supposed to know about it. So we should understand this is the base of the SQL guess. SQL commands has been classified into DDL commands, data definition language, and followed by DML commands, DDL, DML. DML is for data manipulation language, and next one is DQL, data querying language, and next one is TCL, transaction control language, and next one is data control language. These are the classification of the commands in your SQL. Okay. By using this only, you're going to interact with the database under this data definition language. So we have certain commands for defining a data in a database. Those are, guys, I'll show you the practical implementation. No worries how to create a table, all those things. I'll show you the basic implementations. We can understand theoretical part of it. Then we can go to the implementation. Okay. So for if at all you want to create it, if at all you want to mention definition of it, I'll mention create, alter, drop, truncate, and followed by rename. So these are the functions here. You're fine. So these are the commands which is available for defining something. So in the database, if you want to define something, I can make use of these commands. These commands comes under data definition language. Okay, you'll see about implementation of each and every command, guys. No worries. Listen here. And next is data manipulation language. If you want to do some manipulation in a database, like I want to insert some data, some record in a table, like one customer is new, one customer is entering the bank, you want to open an account. So what happened? A customer is entering a new entry is made on the particular database called customer. So what happened? A data has to be inserted. For those command, I'll be using insert. Or if you want to assume that you're changing you're moving to some other location, you want to change the location of it, you want to modify your address in the particular database, that is all about update. And next is delete. So if you want to remove for example, assume that one particular employee is leaving the company. So I want to remove the particular person. Then I can go ahead with your delete. So these are the manipulation command which is available for us to do in your database. Some manipulation can be done by using this database. So by using this command in a database. Okay. So I believe you people are clear with this command. Let me repeat once again. If at all you want to create a new table or new database, I'll go ahead with your create. And next is alter. Alter is all about altering the structure of it. So like if at all, assume that after introduction of Aadhaar card, all the banks started asking Aadhaar card. It is all about a new column. Aadhaar card has been added to the existing account, right? So already the particular database is there without a column called Aadhaar card. After introduction of Aadhaar card, they started adding to it, which means that the database structure has been modified. If you're going to add a one column or remove a one column, then what happens? The structure will be modified. That is all about alter. And next is drop. Drop is removing the complete data. For example, I'm going to drop the particular database. For example, one year student is getting passed out. So I don't need the particular information further. In those cases, I can drop the complete database. So it is all about drop. Truncate in the sense I want the same table structure, but I don't want the data in it. I want the structure alone. In those case, truncate. Rename in the sense that rename in the name itself defines that you're going to rename the existing table or existing database. This is all about rename. Okay, and next one is query. So when we speak about query command, if at all you want to fetch some information, I can just make use of query. So I can make use of like select command. So this is for selecting some information in a database. And next is only one command is for querying, right? And next is for transaction control language. We'll have some commands like commit, rollback, and followed by save point. So these are the commands where I can use for transaction control language. When I say commit, it is like a save, guys. So some transactions done, it is like a save. So other thing is rollback. Rollback in the sense undo operation. So we'll be doing undo operation, right? In Excel, all those things. That is all about rollback. So if something is done unknowingly, you want to do it again. You want the same data again in the database. I can just make it as rollback. So and next is save point. Save point in the sense where I can keep the check pointer. I can just work till the particular point. It is all about save point. So these are the commands which is coming under transaction control language, which decides your transaction part. Okay. And next is data control language. This is mainly controlled by database administrator. So database administrator is the one who is responsible for giving access for us. Everyone is not given access to access all the part of a database. So the main access will be at the administrator. He is the one who holds this particular operation data control language. Here you'll be having two types of permission like grant and revoke. So he is the person who will be responsible for giving the permission to someone else and getting back the permission. Okay, so these are the commands, guys. If at all you want to know about the database, these basic commands is required. So followed by it, we'll just start with one by one. First, we'll start with your DML commands. What are the DML commands is available and how it has to be implemented. So first, we'll go with your, sorry guys, so not DML, DDL commands. So for DDML commands, first we'll go with your create. So if at all I want to create a table, what should I do? So initially, when you go inside a database, we will not create a table directly. First, we'll create a database. So after creating a database only, I can able to create a table. So first, we should know how to create a database. To create a database, we'll mention create database. Okay, followed by database name. Okay, this is the syntax for creating a database. So inside the database, if you want to create a table inside it, for example, there is a database is created for the company X or Y. So I want to create an employee table inside it. How can I create it? So it can be mentioned by using create table, okay, followed by a table name. So your table name, okay, and followed by here, just a minute. Here I'll mention the column names. So first column and followed by the data type of it. Okay, same way you can have as many columns. Column 2 followed by the data type of it. So you can have as many columns you wanted, and in you can just close it. Make sure that it has to be terminated by using semicolon. This is the structure of it. So I don't want you people to just look at the theoretical part, guys. We can just go to the implementation. Just give me a minute. Let me open MySQL Workbench and I'll show you how this operation is happening. So I know that many people are learning just for first time you are learning, right? For many people. So I'll show you how it is done. So if at all you people are from CSE background, you people might have came across it. So if not, if people might be learning first time, no worries, I'll help you out. I'll just show you the environment. We'll just work on it, guys. It will take few minutes. So no worries, we'll just work on it. So this is the MySQL workbench where we are going to work on it. You can make use of any editor, guys. As I say, SQL command, whatever it is, SQL command is accepting, the particular editor is accepting, you can make use of it. So this is the one where previously we worked for Reva. So let me remove the comments. So we have a lot of comments. Okay, or else just directly shall we execute it. So it will be easy for you to, we can just see more commands also. We have only half an hour, right? So let me do one thing. I'll just make use of the commands here for the insert operation alone. Okay. So we'll create a new table. The commands we can make use of it. Instead of typing, we can make use of it. Let it be as such. So first, we are going to create a new database. So let me create, okay, database. So let us mention the database name. So let us mention database as MyDB. This is the database. Okay. So if you want to exist, so this is just leave the previous command, guys. Assume that. So a lot of commands are in between. Just give me a minute. Let me just scroll to the bottom of it. Okay. So create database. So here so here typo here, guys. Just a minute. I'm just wondering what is happening. Okay. Create database MyDB. So here we can create a database. It is already there. Okay, fine. What is it I can create? What is the name can we give for database, guys? Shall we keep it as my records? Hmm? So this is the database. Okay, so create database name. I'm following the structure of it. So now let me execute this command. So once the command is executed, you can notice that it is going to show you the message like one row affected. One the particular row affected here will be shown, and followed by it here you can notice that create database. This has been done. Okay, this process has been done. Create database has been done. Now we can go here. I can refresh your schema and you can check it whether this table is created. Yes, a database called my record is done once I execute this statement. So followed by it, you're supposed to create some table inside, right? So let us create a table inside it. I'll make use of the previous commands, guys, instead of typing it again. What is it I can make use of it? Just a minute. I'll just copy the code alone. Okay. Assume that we are going to create a table here. Okay, so you're going to create an inside of my record. I'm going to create a table. Create table. My table name is employee. Inside this particular table, I'm going to create a element. So what are those? Employee ID followed by the data type of the particular ID. This is what I told you. This is syntax, right? So create table, table name, and followed by column name, data type of the column. Next column, column name. So followed by a semicolon. So you can notice here what is the structure I'm following the structure. Am I following the structure? You can notice here create table employee and followed by emp id and followed by the what is the type of it. The same way emp name followed by the type of it. Here we'll be using varchar 20 30. All those things is all about varchar 20 30 is all about like a string type, guys. I can able to store your name can be of maximum 30 characters. I can restrict like this. Okay, your name can be of maximum 30 characters. So here for storing a string, I can make use of char or varchar. It's completely up to us. And followed by I want to know the department, which department the employee belongs to, and followed by the salary of the employee. So this is how we are supposed to create a table. So you can just mention as many fields as you want. You can just supposed to follow the structure of it. So this is done. So once this is done, so the employee table is there, right? So let me mention student. Okay, so if I modify this, let me mention stud id and followed by yes name, department, no salary. Okay, so let me keep it as, what can I keep it as? Shall I keep it as marks, like int marks? Okay, so marks int, sorry guys, marks int. marks of integer type. So this is done. So now let me execute it. So here one more important step here guys, we forgot it. It is all about once you create a database, you should know after this whatever the operation I'm going to do is I'm going to do in this particular database. For that I should say my compiler to use the particular database, use my record. If I say like this, what happened, it will show that use the particular my record database. Now whatever the operation you're going to do, it will be inserted to this particular my record database. Okay, this is done. Now we can notice that once you refresh this particular my record, if you go inside this, you'll have a table called student. At the right, can you notice here? We'll have a table called student, and this student will have a column, whatever you're given here, like student ID, student name, department, marks, all those things will be given here. So this is all about how to implement create operation. Okay, how to do the create operation, how to create a table. So this is a very basic guys. Okay, so followed by it, we can just go with the next command. It is all about create is done, and next is we'll go over with drop and alter. So next one is drop. So if you talk, what is a drop? I told you if you want to drop the entire element, I'll make use of drop. So here, if at all you want to drop the complete table, I'll mention drop followed by table and followed by table name. Or if you want to drop the entire database, I can mention so if you want to drop the entire database, I'll mention drop the particular database name, database followed by the database name. So as of now, I'm not going to execute drop command guys. The reason is that the database will be dropped. Okay, this is all about the drop. If you want to remove it, we are seeing how to create it and how to remove it. And followed by it, we'll move on to the next command. It is all about alter. The next command is all about alter. We'll see how to alter it. So here, alter command. So what did I say all about alter? Alter is all about altering the structure. It's not like a value, it is structure. So here, as I said, the example like one column you're going to add to the existing table. In those cases, you can just make use of alter. So in alter, what are the operation? I can just do it. I can add a column. Okay, I can add a column to it. Or I can modify a column with a data type. So a previous value was some data type called string. I want to modify with the other data type. I can modify a column. Okay. So what else I can do? I can modify a column or I can drop the column, adding or removing. I can drop the column. This is also fine. Or I can do one thing. I can rename the column. So all this thing comes under this particular alter command only guys. Under alter only you're going to see all those things. Okay, so we'll see one by one with the example. Okay, no worries. So first one is we'll see with the alter how to add a column to the existing one. So first syntax. So all those things as I said, this is all about alter. The first one is add a column. So if at all we want to add a column, then we'll be mentioning alter table. Okay, followed by the table name. Okay, and here I'll mention add followed by column name and followed by the data type. So what is the data type? You're supposed to make it. Okay, you're supposed to mention this one. Now let us implement this logic in the editor. Assume that in this particular student table, if you want to fetch and see it, whether the table has been created, you can make use of one command called select. Select query is the one which you can use it to fetch and see whether the table is created. As of now, I'll show you the generic one, guys. So we have been select lot of commands is there. Very minute informations are there. Here I'll show you the generic one, how to implement the select. So I'll show you select star from the table name. So if I give like this, select star from the table name, what's going to happen is the entire data in the table will be fetched. Okay, what is your doubt? number size. The number size is the one which is used in Oracle. You can use it. Okay, you can use a data type as a number followed by the size, but it is used in Oracle. Okay, so if at all you're making use of Oracle as the environment where you're going to work this SQL commands, you can make use of it. Here, since for a SQL, just MySQL workbench, for MySQL, we need this particular int as a data type. Okay, a slight variation will be there. Okay, fine. So if I mention select star from student, so what is going to happen is the entire table will be, the skeleton will be displayed. So I shown you here in this table how it is created. The same way you can see here. If you want to fetch the table and see it, you can see here. Select star from student is going to fetch and give you all the information of the student. The particular table, whatever is the complete table will be displayed here. Okay. So now let me close this one. Just give me a minute. Where to close it? Yeah. And here, now what is it we are seeing? We are seeing about the alter command. Assume that I want to alter this particular table and I want to add one column to it. Okay. For example, email ID is not there. I want to add to it. So what I can do is I can mention alter followed by table. What is our table name? Our table name is students. Student, right? Not student, student. And here, what is it I want to do? I want to add a data. So let me mention add. I want to add email and I want to say that email size is varchar of 10. That is the size I'm going to fix for this particular email column. Now let me execute it. So here if you want, you can execute more than one columns also, okay, one row, one element also. So you can get the notification is executed perfectly. It's completely up to you. So now you can notice that additional column has been added. So I'm executing two queries here. The first query is to add the column, all the data to the existing column. So if you want to add, what is the syntax I told you? Alter table, table name, followed by add column, followed by the data type of it. So those are you're supposed to do it if you want to add it. So add is also an alter operation. This comes under here. Assume that I want to modify the data type of it. So for example, I want to make it as varchar to char and I want to modify it. Guys, there is a small changes in char and varchar. Here I'll be using char varchar. So what is that is, if I use like char varchar, it is like a fixed size of memory and variable size of memory, guys. So if you allocate 20 bytes, what's going to happen if you're going to give it as a this one char, it will give, if even the 20 bytes is allocated or not, 20 bytes will be a fixed one. If you give varchar, the 20 bytes is available, but if you're using only 5 bytes, only those bytes will be allocated memory. Okay, that is a variation. So assume that I want to change this varchar to var. Even now I'll go with the alter to alter the data type of it, the second type, alter the particular column alone. Columns data type alone, I'm going to modify it, a small changes in it. Okay, add a column is done. I'll modify the column. Okay, you're going to modify a column. So this is the next one you're supposed to do. So for this, what you'll be doing here is, here the syntax of it will be like this. So you'll be mentioning alter table, table name. This one will be same. Instead of this add, you'll be replacing with modify. So this could be a variation. So instead of this, you'll be placing like modify. The remaining things are same. Okay. So modify in the sense what I told you, modify the data type of the existing one. Now let me go back here. What is it I'm going to do here is I'm going to modify this varchar type to char and I'm going to increase the size of it. So as of now, you can notice here, guys. Let me refresh this one. I'll show you here and I'll show you the difference. The difference can be noticed here. So char, you can notice that, right? Varchar of it is all about 10 bytes here at the bottom. I'm highlighting at the bottom. Okay, here you can notice the information about it. Now what is I'm going to do is I'm going to modify. I'm not going to add now. I'm going to modify it. Modify our email. Instead of varchar, I'm going to modify it as char. And I'm going to increase the size of it like 25. Okay, now let's execute it. So structure wise, there is no variation at all. It remains same. But here, it is not updated. It is yet to update it. Just a minute. Refresh this one. Here, can you notice it here? It has been modified as char of 25. So like this, you can just modify the particular column alone. Column features alone you want to modify. You want to increase the size. Even this comes under alter. Okay. So what is that you have to know here is you should know about the syntax, guys. So more or less they'll be questions will be from a syntax. So not only syntax, you should know what is the functionality done inside. That is the reason I'm just executing and show you each and every command. Okay. So this is done. Modifying a column is done. And like this, I can just set a default value for a column. Okay, I can modify a column. I can set this particular place as a default value just by modifying. Okay, so I'll show you that also. This also comes under modify by setting the default value to it. So like alter table. Okay, so the same thing, table name. So here the modify, here column name. You can set a default value here. Default value. Okay, I'll go to the program. I'll show you what is the default value here. So here, sorry guys, this editor, right? Yes. So here, what are the fields we have? We have an email ID, right? So if the email ID is not filled, I want to add some default mail as a email ID. So in those cases, I can just mention here like alter this one, alter table name followed by modify followed by a column name, and here we are supposed to mention default. Okay, this default is not working in this. This default value is not working in this editor, guys. So just leave it. Okay, no worries. So it will be working in some editor. Some commands will be working for some editor. So this default is not working for this editor. So just leave this one. It will be working in Oracle. You can make use of and check it in Oracle case. Here, this if the SQL command is not working here, then this is the Oracle command. But for sure, this is the command, is a valid command. Okay, this is not an invalid command. And I'll move on to the next one. It is all about drop command. So if at all you want to drop the particular column, I don't want the column further, I'm going to remove this one. In those cases, I can just mention alter table followed by the table name, and here I can specify drop followed by column name. Okay, so this is how you're supposed to specify here. Now let us go for a program. Alter table student. Okay, alter table student followed by drop. Assume that I want to drop email ID. I don't want email ID further. So drop column email. So what is that? I don't want this particular data further. So I'm going to drop it completely. Okay. So let me execute this. So this is done. So now let us go ahead further and check with the table. Email ID is a column which is not there, which is dropped completely, right? So which has been removed. So these are the operation which can be done by using alter, guys. Okay, and we are done with the commands of DDL. What is left over? Truncate and rename. I'll just show you the truncate and rename syntax alone. So in case of truncate, what did I say? Truncate is all about we are supposed to reset the entire structure, and we're supposed to make use of the structure alone. That is all about truncate. If you want to truncate it, we'll be just making use of the command called truncate followed by table name. Okay, the same way here I'll be using for rename Okay, I'll be using rename old table name or old database name, whatever it might be. Let me mention old name. Old name, we'll be using to new name. So these are the basic syntax that you should know about it. So old rename old name to new name. The most commonly used is only create option, right? This is the one which is common. These two commands are most commonly used, and followed by alter all those things drop. It will be doing if required. Based on the requirement, you're going to do it. Okay. And we are done with this DDL command. I'll move on to the next command is DML command. So the purpose of it is for your manipulation. If at all we want to do some manipulation, we'll go for it. So we'll just move on one by one. So DML command. So the first operation is what you're going to see is insert operation. So if at all I want to perform insert, I should know the syntax of it. So syntax of it is, so we'll be mentioning insert into a table name followed by your column name, first column followed by second column. We can mention as many column names followed by, let me have a break here guys, like line break here. It is not required to have a break there. Line break is there, not there. Even if you write with line break also, until you use semicolon, it's going to take it as a single line. Okay, no worries with it. So insert into table name followed by the column, you can specify it, and followed by the values. So for those many columns you have, those many values you are supposed to insert it, like value 1, value 2, value 3. You can insert as many values are there. Okay, this is one method, and other method is without specifying the column name. So there is advantage of these two. I'll let you know what is the purpose during a insert. So one is by specifying a column name, and other is without specifying a column name. I can insert the record to a table in either of the approach. Okay, we'll go ahead with the insert operation. I'll see how it is going to work. Let me go ahead here, and here, if at all I want to perform insert operation to this particular table, so I should mention here like insert into table name student. Okay, and followed by the columns. What are the columns are there? The columns here is, just a minute, what are the columns is there? Student ID is there, right? So stu id, just give me a minute please. Okay, font size is little bigger, so previous it is too tiny. Okay, insert into student ID, the next column is student name, and the next column is department ID, and followed by the next column is marks. So these are the columns, right? So followed by values. What are the values we are going to insert it? So let us assume student ID 123, I'm going to insert it, and student name, let me give like Ram is the student name, and followed by department, he belongs to CSE department, and his mark is like some value 90. So value is given. Okay, student ID. So you can notice the first parameter is student ID, next to student name, and next is department ID and marks. Here there is no rule that when you're going to insert a value along with the table name, we don't have any rule that the order has to be followed. The same order what you give, the same order the value has to be. That is the only rule. The order in a table and this particular insertion order has not to be followed. The order of this one and this one has to be followed. Okay, so the same way, let me try to insert few more records to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me align this state data. So let me mention 1 to 4, and here like 1 to 5, and here like 1 to 6, and here like 1 to 7, and 1 to 8. And here let me mention some name, right? Sam, Sai, Arun, Sri. Okay, so these names, and here let me give you department, CSE department, IT, So 2 people are from CSE and ECE, and IT, and let me mention triple E. Okay, so the remaining data, if you want the remaining data, let me modify it here. The reason is for doing some manipulation by tomorrow, it will be easy, guys. See that same record, we can make use of it. So 75, here I can mention 60. Okay, so let it be. So these are the various values. Now if I want to execute these data, just select it and execute these data. So what happened? Why it is showing the error? Just give me a minute. Just a minute, I'll see to it. Just give me a minute. It's showing some error. Just a minute. CSE infield. So yeah, we made a mistake here. CSE is of string type, right? So string type inside quotes. Without quotes, no. It will throw us error. Okay. So now let us give it within quotes here. Okay, fine. Now everything is fine, guys. We missed our quotes here. That's the reason it's throwing error. Even then, just a minute. Give me a minute alone. Let me read the error message for it is. Insert into table name is student. Just a minute, guys. The entire chat box is hiding. I'm unable to see. I just what is this one? Unknown column CSC. Why it is unknown? For department ID, yes, guys. We made a mistake here. It is of integer type, right? Department ID is of integer type. We made as a string, and that is the biggest mistake. So 111, 222. I didn't notice it. I don't notice the data type of it. So 111. Sorry guys, just a minute. So 111. So let me make like 333. 222. And 333. Okay. So this is done. So fine. Let's execute this one. Yes. Everything is going fine. Now let me execute the remaining commands, guys. So all the commands have been executed successfully. Now let us fetch the data in the table and see to it whether everything is fine. Select star from table name is student. So as I said, when you select star from table name, it is going to give you the entire student record, right? So let me fetch it here. So select star from student. So the entire table has been fetched. So whatever the name we are given starting from 123 till 128, all the records has been fetched. Now our table has been created successfully with the data. Okay. Now I told you there is a small difference in it. So here I can just mention along with the column name without column name also, right? So assume that I'm going to insert 2 more record to it, like, okay. So let me command this one. As we command C programming, here also you can command the line space. So I do not execute it. So like I have like 129 and 130 and new persons are there. Okay. So here this particular person is not assigned with the they didn't have any score. These people are new students, they doesn't have any score. Okay, in those cases what you can do is you can just omit this column. You can just omit this column, you can insert it. Okay, so one more thing. So when you make use of this particular column name, it is not required to mention this one. So when you're going to fill all the columns, assume that I'm going to fill student name, student ID, all the information has to be filled. So in these cases, you can omit this one. So insert into table name followed by values. Two way of writing can be done, guys. So I'll show you both the way. This is one way of writing. So this is one way of writing. Directly you can mention table name followed by the column names, each and every column respectively. So the other way of writing is you can write directly without the table name. The specialty of it is for here you can just change the order whatever you wanted. But in this case you can't able to change the order. You are supposed to write order whatever it is in a table structure. The entire table structure has to be followed. Okay, so assume that here what is that I'm supposed to follow the table structure as such, and here it is not required. You can just give the field according to your requirement. You can just omit one's field. You can do it. Here I didn't give mark at all. I'm omitting certain fields. I can give like this. Okay, now let me execute this. So everything is affected. Now let me go select star from the table name is student. So when I give like this, when I try to execute this one, you can notice that the field whatever I've inserted here will be inserted, but no field, no element will be filled here. So if you want to insert certain field without a record, okay, without record, I want a certain field not without a record. In those cases, I can do like this. No records will be filled at this part. This is all about your insert query, guys. Okay, this is a very important one which everyone has to know about it. Create and insert is a two basic query where everyone has to know about it. Is this clear? Shall I move on next one? Are you people clear till this? Come on, let me know. Are you people clear? So we'll see one more command alone, guys. Okay, before winding up. Just a minute. Yes, okay, fine. And next is insert is done, and next is update. What I told you, if at all you want to update your mobile number or address, you're going to you're moving for a certain other location. In those cases, what I'll do is I'll make use of update. In case of update, I'll just mention update table name and followed by I'm going to set column, and what is the value I want to update. For the particular column I want to update a value, and I can update as many column values I want, because there is no rule that I should update only one column or two column. I can update as many columns. For example, I'm going to modify my address as well as my phone number or my email ID. All those things can be altered, and here I can mention where. Okay, where followed by the condition. So for whom should I modify? I should mention with the condition, right? So this has to be mentioned. This is all about your update command. What is it you're going to update it, and followed by the condition you're supposed to specify here. Now let me go ahead and implement this logic. Assume that okay, for the person 125 Sai, I want to update his department to 222. How can we do it? Okay, this is that step. So what is it I can do is update okay, update student followed by here I'll mention set. Okay, what is I want to set? Department ID I want to set. Set department ID as 222. So already Sai has a also, or we can take someone else. Department ID of Saran. Okay, already Saran has ID as 333. I want to set as 222, and followed by here I'll apply a condition where student ID. I'll take this column called student ID is equals to 120. So whoever the student ID is 120, modify his particular department to 222. So now let me execute it. So here guys, here there is a small problem here. In my compiler, it will not allow me to execute this update command. It is all about this command. This one is I kept some safe mode on. I'm supposed to off it. By next class, let me try to off it, guys. Okay, just understand this concept alone. When I try to mention this set here by mentioning student ID 120, what happens here? This ID 120, this particular department ID will be modified. This will be altered. So this is what is going to happen in case of update. The particular column will be done. This command will be working fine. Since I've enabled the safe mode in my device, it will not execute. I can't able to execute and show you. Just you can have an understanding of it. Okay. So this is all about the update command. Okay. So today we have completed till update command. The remaining commands we can just complete in the forthcoming section, guys. Till this, are you clear?